Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see me live here, although I'm trying to do this. Um, if you do, however, see me uh, over here, guys, please drop me a hi so I know this is working. Um, yes, okay, hello. Finally, I see people. Oh my god, I was so scared because I didn't see anyone's messages here, and I was like, so I was probably online for like 2 minutes before this, and I saw nobody there, and I was like, that was very sad. How are you guys? How is quarantine treating you all? Hi, Gurubaran. Hello, Parth Solanki. Hi, Anjali. Aravind. Hi. How are you guys? Aw, got them. That is so sweet. Hello. Nice to see you too. Why so late? Yeah, I was trying to download the software. I didn't know that to stream from my laptop I needed to download software and stuff. So I just figured that out. So first off, you guys, thank you so much for coming here and just now you got the notification. Oh, that's weird. Okay. So I'm very happy to see you guys here, and the reason I'm here right now is because um, I just wanted to talk to you guys, and I figured that. So I did a live a couple of days ago with, I think it was with Radio Mirchi, and I was told I'm not here to sing today, although I might sing a little bit in like a little later, but for now, the idea is to talk to you guys. Um, yes, Banu Priya, I did like your singing on A Mr. Minor. Banu Priya just did a version of A Mr. Minor with a band, and it was really, really nice. So, hi Raj, how are you? So, guys, the reason I'm here right now is just so that we could talk. It's primarily so that so I was telling you that I did this live a couple of days ago. Thank you. I did this live a couple of days ago, and I think it was with Radio Mirchi, and there were a lot of questions that were asked, and I received a lot of messages from you guys telling me how much you guys loved the responses that I was giving while in conversation, and I figured that I guess it would be a good idea to do something wherein I'm not just singing, wherein we can actually talk, and you guys can ask me questions if you like. If there's something you want to tell me, you can tell me. Thank you, Aravind. I'm glad you got that. um, yeah. So, what's in my? What do you think is in my cup? Like, do you think there's gonna be like what, like dal in here, or do you think there's gonna be rice in here? What do you think's gonna be in a cup? Hi, Mahi Boom. So yeah. So guys, ask away. Whatever you want to talk about. How am I spending quarantine time? Come on, you can be a little bit more original with the questions. Sunny, hi, how are you? You can be a little more original with the questions, guys, because what is your favorite ARR sort of summer song? There's so many. I mean, that's like asking which is your favorite finger, you know? Um, no, it's Jai actually. Jai, I don't know if you could see it. I'll drop it on my laptop if I tip it. Ah! Oh, shit, I almost dropped that. So, yeah. So, my favorite Rahman Sarsi, one of them would probably be Aruire Mannipaya, which is oh, I did drop it actually, which is the Tamil equivalent of Tere Bina Besuadi. And other than that, I really like Karnalane, then I like um, Van Varuvan, I absolutely love. Um, how do I sing in my home now? My neighbors would be listening. I actually, all my neighbors have left. So my immediate neighbor, he was from Delhi and he's left for Delhi now. So everybody's with their family except me. I mean, you guys are my family right now. um, Kavita, hello. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing right now. I'm here to talk. The next cover that's releasing. My next cover would probably be out in a couple of days. So um, Yeah, so my next cover is releasing on Tuesday. Which band would I be quarantined with if I had the chance? I would be quarantined with Bon Iver, and I'll probably marry him too. Justin Vernon, I would probably, yeah. I think Bon Iver is it. And other than that, I think I would love to be stuck in a room with the lead singer of the Japanese House. I love Amber Bain and her work, and my friend Purvi introduced me to the band, and I absolutely stellar sound and huge fan. So yeah, these two. Third choice would be Novo Amor. Why don't I try some new language? Guys, I sing in 13 languages. Like, how many more do you want me to sing? No, I'm kidding. I would love to sing in more languages. I would love to sing in like Swahili or something. That would be pretty cool. How is my health? After listening to which song of yours did AR Sir contact you? After listening to which song? Um, so I auditioned for Coke Studios choir, and in that I was told to audition with a classical song because he was looking for a Hindustani classical choir, and so I sang a classical composition in Rag Bageshri, and in Rag Bageshri, and that. Oh, thank you, Tarun. So in Rag Bageshri, I sang that, and did someone just knock on my door? Okay, sorry, I don't know. I thought someone just knocked. What was I saying in Rag Bageshri? And then yeah, so the song was called "Khelan Mangat Chand Kanhai Bar Bar Janani San Bolat लादे हमारी माई खेलन मांगत चांद. I've never sung this for anybody on on a live or in a performance yet. So first time here. So I sang this and he heard it, and after that I was called I was selected for the choir, and exactly a month after the shoot of Coke Studio, I was called to Chennai to record a song with Rahman sir. So that's how it happened. Great winning, and it's such a tremendous honor, but I mean it's a huge responsibility as well because um, I felt in a lot of ways I had to be very mindful with the choices I made after that, not just in terms of the music I was singing or creating, but also in terms of the way I carry myself or the way I present myself, or it's a lot of things. I mean, you're in a way you're representing your country, and I think for me what was really important was to keep in mind what my country represents and being a figment of that. So yeah. Hi, Anshad Anwar. Toughest recording for which song? I guess the most difficult recording for me was it has to be Visiri, which was I'm sorry, Rasali. There was this entire section Ninnu Kori that I sang in the song, and that was very difficult. And other than that, Nane Vargiren was a difficult one. Am I a spiritual person? Yes, I consider myself more of a karma oriented person. So I guess which is a part of spirituality. I just feel I do believe in doing good. I do believe in good karma, and I mean I do understand the whole point wherein good and bad is very subjective. It's relative. It's subjective. But I mean obviously to not kill a person is good is not. It's I mean it's not good karma. It's natural. You shouldn't be doing that. But my point is that when you kill a person, that's bad karma. That's a bad deed. So but yeah, I mean, I believe in doing good for people, helping people out when they need help, and I think when you do good, it's very important to not flaunt that you've done good, or when you've done somebody a favor out of just being desirous of being helpful to somebody. Don't go around telling 100 people that hey I did this for you or hey I did that for you. I think that kind of it takes away from the purpose, right? So that's how spirituality kind of works for me, and I think If you're there for other human beings, I think you're a good person, I think. And I think that in itself is a religion. Um, you're looking cute. Thank you, Yadav Smart. Are you smart? Um, how are you too active in Insta? I'm not actually. For those of you who aren't following me on Instagram, I'm Sasha Sublime on Insta. And no, I'm not that active. I wish I could be more active, but my hands start hurting after I type all day. I try and so my activity is limited a lot to me responding to a lot of your messages on Instagram and a lot of your direct messages and comments. So I try my best to do that. I think that's where most of my activity on Instagram ends up. Uh, yeah, I'm not singing right now. Sound trends now. I'm not singing right now. Right now, I'm here to talk to you guys. So, um, all right. Please sing any. Okay, I'm not singing. There were some more questions up here. Okay, but guys, you have to tell me about yourselves. Tell me, where am I? India or outside? I'm here in my house in Mumbai. They canceled my flight home, so yeah, so I'm stuck here. Um, do you think Coke Studio Pakistan is better than Coke Studio India? Don't say they're different. Of course they're different. Of course they're different. So, I think the entire the vibe is they're two very separate, very different entities. That's my perspective on Coke Studio India and Coke Studio Pakistan. I think the way they treat compositions, the way they arrange their compositions, it's an entirely different culture, and I think that has a major reflection on the production and the vocal arrangements and everything, all the components that are a part of what comprises the treatment of songs on Coke Studio Pakistan. I think that's kind of, and I think that applies everywhere. I think if they were to have like a Coke Studio Bangladesh, I'm not sure if there already is, but if there were a Coke Studio Bangladesh, I think that would sound entirely different from Coke Studio Pakistan and Coke Studio India. So no biases there. I mean, I love both. I have, however, grown up listening to Coke Studio Pakistan because I had a lot of Pakistani friends when I was growing up in Canada, and because of that, I was exposed to a lot of Paki Pop and Coke Studio and all of that. So that kind of was ingrained in me while I was in uni, while I was studying, and then when I heard Coke Studio India, I could feel that difference. So yeah, but there is a difference. I would definitely say there's a difference. Hi, Sunil's Kingdom. How are you? Why Sunil's Kingdom? I made this. So when I was really small, I made this little PowerPoint come some kind of a visual thing where that I called Sasha's World, and it was just stills of me, floating stills of me, kind of compiled together and put together. So that was Sasha's World. So I'm assuming that's what Sunil's Kingdom is supposed to be. Faintly relevant to. Haven't you yet sung for Ilya Raja Sir? Yes, I have sung for Raja Sir. I sang in a film called Amma Kanak, and the song was called Induvakayayun Kayayanak Mudiyuma, Becoming Bhanu, if that answers your question. So yes, I've sung for Raja Sir. Hi Alwyn, how are you? Why is your name Raj over here? Hi, do you still learn music? Guys, by the way, this doesn't necessarily only need to be about the music, okay? You guys could talk to me about, okay, tell me about yourselves. Tell me what you guys do. Okay, in the comment section, tell me what your profession is. Okay, no. Tell me what your profession is, and then in the same comment, put a comma and tell me what your favorite song is. Profession, comma, song. Are you gonna act in movies? I don't know. It depends on the kind of scripts I get. Naveen Kumar. Oh, I'm glad you're an independent singer. Keep at it. Good luck. Do I know Malayalam? No. I don't know Malayalam. Banker and Van Varuvam. That's Anita Meenakshi. She is a banker, and her favorite song. Is that your favorite song, Anita? Van Varuvan? It is one of my favorite songs too. Oh, I'm happy to hear Anjali is also an accountant. And her favorite song is Van. Wow. Bhavna unemployed. GB. Find a job. Find a job. Well, not right now. I mean, don't find. No, actually, no. Find a work from home job. Don't find a job going out anywhere. Well, I'm sure offices are shut right now, but. um, you're working, managing family, music classes, etc. My recent favorite. Okay, there's too many messages coming in. Is Urike Chilaka. What song is that? I don't know that song. Sorry, but okay. My favorite is. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I mixed Karuppa movie. I'm sorry. I mixed two comments together. Hi Ash Gan. You're studying MBBS first year. Dil ki titli from Ban ke titli dil uda. Oh, that's a beautiful song, and it's sung by one of my favorite singers, Chinmay. Motor designer. Oh, Guru Baran. That's very interesting. Oh, you like Kanha. I'm happy to hear that. You're an MCA student and you like Punnagaye. Punnagaye. Ah, nice. That makes me happy. Engineering student Van. That's Gopika Raghavan. Jaya Chandar Kacha. Software engineer Manasamay Darshak. You're too sweet. Thank you. What is it like being a software engineer? Is it very difficult? Student Visity Raghav. Happy to hear. Financial analyst and Manasamari. Yay. Are you Shiva Krishna? Are you Telugu? MBBS. Sarathi Parthas. Doing CA. Favorite song Van. Very cool. Digital marketer. Fields of Gold by Sting. She were beer by. Oh. Oh, that's Sunny. That has to be Sunny. Let me check. Oh, yeah, it is Sunny. Oh, Sting. I love Sting. MBBS first year, it's Ban Ke Titli. It's not Dil Ke Titli. If it's your favorite song, you should know what it's called. What question do you have for me? Yes, please. Bharat, you're a TikToker. Wow. I would love to check your stuff out. Mathematician. Oh my gosh. So Darshini, we have a mathematician here. Okay, what's 1 plus 1? Don't say it's 2. It's 11. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's what quarantine does to you. Who is my favorite Tollywood hero? I really like Vijay Sethupathi. Favorite place to visit? I have really enjoyed Italy. I was dreaming of Italy last night. It's so strange. I was there 2 years ago, and I was remembering my time in Rome, and also I think Palermo. So there's a lot of what's it called? Iranian. There's a lot of influences of the Middle East, as well as there's a lot of Indo-Arab influence as well on the architecture of Palermo. And I remember going into this Iranian castle, I suppose, and it was very interesting because basically they had naturally designed the interiors of the place so that in the summers it would cool, and in the winters it would be ideal for keeping the premise warm inside. So it very, very interesting. So I was thinking of Palermo the other day, and so that would definitely be one of the interesting places I've been to. And other than that, I do go backpacking every year, and I think it just gives you so much more perspective about. I mean, we always end up thinking that, I don't know, I think the more confined we are, the more we are in comfortable in the places where we're at. I think we kind of ignore the fact that there's so much more out there, and the moment you start traveling, you kind of realize how tiny you are as an entity and as a person, and as a mind. And I think traveling kind of does that, which is why I travel every year. So it'll have to be Italy, and I loved Ireland as well. I mean, especially Belfast, Northern Ireland, Belfast and Galway. These are two places I totally loved. Engineer Yerindava. Ah, Tenin. I know why you said that. Okay. I'm not singing, guys. We're talking right now. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys another question now. MSc, nice. Oh, I'm glad you like my ghazal covers. And I would love to do a gig in Germany. I was supposed to be in Europe this year and it didn't work out because of the entire COVID outbreak. But I'm hoping that they reschedule soon and I'll totally be doing gigs in Germany. Germany very soon. Oh, Raj, I'm glad. I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad you're studying and my education and my first job. So I have an MBA in marketing. I dropped out of my pre med studies and I and then yeah, I went on to finish, like I said, my master's, and I was studying molecular biology and biochemistry, and my minor was in mass media. So yeah. Am I single by any chance? Not by chance, by choice. Until I find the right guy. I mean, until I find like Pedro Alonso or somebody, or like a Benedict Cumberbatch, like a single version of either of these two. I think I'll be single till then. um, my favorite guru for Indian classical music. You know what? My guru for Indian classical music till now has been CDs and cassettes, guys. I mean, online, and that's been my primary guru because I didn't get too much time to spend with my guru ma, but the person who taught me, who conditioned me rather, in terms of how to sing Hindustani classical was Mrs. Kamla Bose, the late Srimati Kamla Bose, and she's my primary guru. And I also ended up training under Girja Devi ji of the Banaras Gharana. She's a Padma Shri as well as a Padma Bhushan. So, all right. Who is my favorite singers in the South? So many. So many. I think the South. I mean, I think there's just so many great singers out there. Like be it in the South, be it over here in Bollywood. Um, yeah, there's some incredible talent there. I love Benny Dayal over here, who's also singing in the South. I love you too, Swifty. And then I love Chinmay, Chitrama, Satya Prakash is such a great singer, Sid is such a great singer, Hari Charan is so perfect. So there's a lot of favorites, guys. Like there's just everybody is so talented, and there's so much to take away from all of these people. You should say the truth, ma'am. You really didn't go out during this quarantine period. I'll be honest with you. I went out and I got a couple of packets of milk a few days ago, and I put it in the freezer and it froze. And I was trying to make tea yesterday with frozen milk. But that's all I've been out. And then I get other people to deliver like my water bottles and stuff. So no, I did not go out. Besides that, I did not go out. Um, how has my journey been so far? Garish, hi. Um, my journey so far. So I have um no complaints about the experiences I've had because um I feel it's a blessing for anybody to be I feel it's a blessing for anybody to be um able to see uh failures in their lives because एक तो you'll not feel the happiness of success until you see failure, and other than that I think it doesn't get to your head. Success doesn't get to your head once you've seen failure to that degree, and for me it was back to back. I mean, I sang for 25 flop films. I sang for 25 flop films in the beginning of my career, and then I stopped singing for 3 years. But even that I feel was great because I kind of discovered the songwriter in me, um, and then you know, and then you see heartbreak, be it professional heartbreak or be it emotional and personal heartbreak. That helps you in your songwriting. At least it helped me in my songwriting, and it helped me emote when I sang, even when I even sang another person's track or when I sang another composer's song. Um, it would just automatically I'd be able to tap into that spot and kind of imbibe that emotion in the song that I was rendering. So I think my journey has been stellar. in terms of the kind of experiences, the friends I've made along the way, the traveling I've done, the exposure I've had. There's a child going crazy down there, and the exposure I've had, and also in terms of the meaningful relationships I've had with people like you, like my fans and everything. You kind of learn to value what you have, and that would include success. That would include people like you who are in my life, and the experiences. You know what, no regrets. I think even there was a time when I was on the road for 3 nights, but that doesn't bother me today. I mean, I if I were to do that today, I wouldn't have the guts to do it, but at that time, I think today it's made me fearless in a lot of ways, which is why I can get up and take my backpack and go solo backpacking. So the journey, I mean, there's just so much that's in it, and I wouldn't change a thing. Not the good stuff, not the bad stuff. I wouldn't change a thing. Yes, I was. Part of life. I didn't have money to rent a place, so and I didn't know anybody in Bombay when I initially came. So, um, okay, there's a lot of messages here. Anshad, she has performed in Kerala. Yes, I performed in Trichy. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Kerala. I'm so sorry. Was it Kochi? Sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just Kochi, Trichy. Kochi. I performed with Rahman sir. Excuse that, you guys. Mm, if I were granted 3 wishes from God, what would I ask for? I would ask. I think one thing that I would definitely ask is um, a permanent life to my parents. Yeah, I would want them to live forever, and then I would ask for music in every life if reincarnation exists, and I would want Rahman Sir's music in every life that I'm born in. So 3 wishes. There you go. um, where are you right now? I am in Mumbai. I'm at my house in Mumbai. Um, Never a dull moment watching you. How are you always so positive and up and happening and full of so much enthusiasm? Um, I'm high on life. I think, and I think I mentioned this a couple of days ago on a live that there's so much. I think living in the moment is so important, and I don't see a lot of people doing that. Um, the thing is that I've been through abuse. I've been through depression for 15 years. There's a lot, and the thing is that we can choose to keep dwelling in that, and we can choose to keep being like, oh my God, I'm depressed, and oh my God, I was hit, and oh my God, I was locked in inside a bedroom for for as long as I was. But the thing is that you can either hold on to those grudges and not let the sun come in, or you open those windows, you let fresh air in, you soak it in, and you enjoy every breath. I think that is something that we don't do. We just choose not to do that. And a lot of times I don't blame the fact that people choose not to do that, because it's also about where you've kind of established what you've established a sense of comfort with. And um, I guess dwelling in the past is one of those things where, and also self pity. I think there's no point of indulging in self pity, right? Um, so, I mean, I'm so happy talking to you guys right now. Um, I'm so happy, and I was talking about this, like, even if I'm not drinking this, just the fact that it's there makes me happy. And my music makes me so happy. The fact, and also counting your blessings, like, how many people out there, they don't have parents, they don't have music, they don't have something to listen to their music. I busted my earphones, and I was so sad after that. So so I mean, imagine how many things people are deprived of, but um and we're blessed with all of those things. We have, a smartphone with which we can connect, like we can talk right now, and we can pass time. And there's so many people who are probably rotting in their homes right now, not knowing what to do because they're stuck with like an old model phone. So my point here is that it's so important to be grateful for what you have, and that'll automatically make you happy, you know? I think counting our blessings is something which is, and I think that's kind of what keeps me like this all the time. Christopher, okay, please give your phone number. We connect. Yes, my phone number is 100. Um, how do you care your voice? What steps you take? I don't do anything for my voice. That's my mother. I don't do anything for my voice. I think the only one thing I do is I practice. So I make it a point, even if I'm practicing for like, I don't practice much anymore. I used to practice for like 10 hours a day. Not anymore, but I do make it a point to um, sing for sing every day, vocal warm-ups. I think that is the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you're eating. You can eat mita, you can eat cold stuff, you could eat spicy food, you could eat whatever you feel like. Pani puri, golgappe, whatever. Trust me, guys, it's just um, it's all in the mind. So eat whatever you feel like, do whatever you feel like, just practice. And if your vocal cords, they're muscles, right? So if they're strong and you've worked at them, there is no way you need to do anything else to take care of it. Don't strain it, like don't strain your voice. Mm, how long? Uh, Tell me one secret about Rahman sir which we don't know. If it's a secret, I wouldn't know either. So, um, where is Kichipupu? Kichipupu's here somewhere. I have no idea. I mean, Oumi is with me right now, and Sushi. So yeah, Kichipupu is somewhere. I think he's behind the. He's hiding somewhere. He's always hiding. The other day he was sleeping with like his face covered under the blanket and his feet sticking out. So Kichipupu is. Your face radiates happiness. Wish you the very best. Thank you. I'm glad you see it that way. Um, Phone number is 100. Yes. Have I met Talapati Vijay? I have run into him at an award show. I was for I think the Star Awards or something. I don't remember which one, but I did run into him over there. I couldn't really talk to him, but um, um, your voice gives goosebumps. Me in मैं फिर भी तुमको चाहूँगा. Do you like the song Luka Chippy? Of course. Who does not like that song? Who does not like that movie? Um, Favorite subject in school. I think my favorite subject in school was I used to love calculus. So mathematics was definitely one of my favorites. I also loved literature. So and other than that, I've mostly studied science. So I hated physics. Like physics, oh my god, I think about it right now and I get dizzy. So physics was never my thing. Biology, I really liked biology, which is why I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. Have you watched Money Heist? Yes, I have. My favorite character, I already spoke about it, was um, Pedro Alonso Berlin. Um, so he is my favorite. Well, who's your favorite? Okay, guys, let's hear you guys. Who's your favorite Money Heist character? Whoever's watching, and if you're not watching Money Heist, tell me what you're watching right now. Tell me what you're watching right now. Or what are you watching on Netflix? My hobbies. Um, my hobbies are reading for sure, traveling, backpacking. I just switch my phone off and I'll go and I'll disappear and I'll backpack. So that is my number one hobby, backpacking. And this year I'm gonna go to hopefully, I mean, if everything's okay. First of all, this needs to go. I'll tell you guys later. Nairobi. Oh, I like Nairobi. My first crush. I don't remember my. Oh, I do remember. My first crush was Connor Gilchrist in school. Yes, I just remember. This was back home in Vancouver. My nickname. I have a few. Like all of my friends give me like a different nickname. So it's Fafa, Fifi, Bhavini, Richa, um, then Sash, Faf, Richu, Bhavani. There's so many. Then some people call me Susu. It's ridiculous. So but I think the more um, Shashwanti. Oh my God, my friend Gulraj calls me Shashwanti. It's insane. I mean, the number of nicknames I have is just. But I think it also shows that a lot of people love you, and I feel blessed that I have a lot of nicknames. um, oh, this is a great question. Noor, how to cover a song at home with background music? So, great question because I don't do that. And what I think works for me, there you go, more light. I think what works for me is that I just use a tanpura. So basically, if I'm singing like an Indian song or like a Tamil song or like a Hindi song, I'll just put on a tanpura. And tanpura, based on your key, you can find a tanpura online. So if you just go to YouTube and you look for tanpura in a scale, like a B, in a B or a C or a C sharp, whatever your key is, wherever you're comfortable. If it's too high, look for a tanpura, and you could just search for it and it'll come up. So, excuse me, that's what I use for background drone or whatever. You can also look for pads, so that works. And other than that, you can always look for tracks online. Like YouTube has a lot of karaoke tracks, so they're not the best quality, and I think copyright could be an issue with that. I'm not too sure, but you might want to look into that. But I feel Tanpura is the best. All right. Shruti box, that's called a Tanpura. It's the same thing, guys. My vocal warm up techniques. So I do a few things. I don't know if you guys have seen my tutorials on YouTube. If you check that out, I've given techniques on how I warm up my voice and the exercises I do. I'm not sure about the warm up part though, so I'll tell you a couple of things I do for warm ups. I practice my sa, so I'll put on that Shruti box or drone or tanpura, and I'll sing like a sa. I'll sing that plain without shaking, without anything, in one breath as long as I can, and that I'll do for like 15-20 minutes. It's very important. It's great for pitching, it's great for voice control, it's great for just for your voice, for warming it up. There you go. So sa, and other than that, there's a few things, like there's a few Western exercises that I really like. So one of them is, so it's like a lip roll, right? So that's really good for vocal warm-ups. And another one that I really like, which is like my favorite, is the vocal fry. So you hear this sound a lot in Western music, when I've been waiting. So you hear the vocal fry in the beginning of a phrase, and you hear it in a lot of Bollywood songs now as well. So the vocal fry, I feel, is great for vocal warm-ups. Don't do it for too long, just enough for you to feel that your voice is warming up and nice and hot. Who is your favorite music director, and which is your favorite song from what you have sung? I think my favorite song from songs that I have sung would have to be so many. I love Van Varuvan. I also love Rasali. But I think the one that's closest to my heart would have to be Hey Mr. Minor and Napakare. It'll have to be that because that was the first song that I recorded with Rahman sir sitting there and him tracking me, and oh my god, I mean, I was so nervous, and there's so many beautiful memories with that song. It'll have to be A Mr. Minor. It was like totally in my zone, that kind of a thing. So it'll have to be A Mr. Minor. On a serious note, I saw you, GB. You don't have to like keep copying and pasting like 2,000 times. I read it. Give me a second. Okay, on a serious note, when am I gonna sing Jaane Kya Baat Hai? As you already promised me. I will sing it for you very soon. How much time does it take to learn classical singing like Shankar Mahadevan sir? Any idea? Oh my god. I think Shankar sir would be the best person to ask that because he's a legend. He's gosh. I mean, I cannot begin to imagine how much riyaz he would have done and how much experience he's got on stage, and to be able to sing so perfectly. in both genres, in Bollywood as well as in classical music, to be able to sing the way he does, I think that's godliness. So I think Shankar sir would be the best person to ask. um, I'm not singing right now, Ajit. I will definitely sing when I do an Insta live. Not today though. No problem, GB. Um, Tips to overcome nervousness in public singing. Dude, I get nervous. I get so nervous public singing. When I'm singing publicly, I get so nervous public singing. Um, it's I think I think in a way it's good. You should feel happy that you're not overconfident and messing up on stage. I think a little bit of nervousness is healthy, and the rest of it, I think the more you perform, the more it goes. So do every gig you can, like possibly do. It makes you comfortable on stage. It makes you confident, and that is with confidence your nervousness goes down. The rest of it is nerves. I mean, the fact that there's so many people watching. My dad always used to say that, imagine that they're all deaf, everybody in the audience. So to tell yourself, I think that's. I mean, obviously people come to listen to you, but just to like tell your head in that moment how to deal with the situation. I just think of what he says and it makes me laugh. So try something like that. I'm sure it'll help with the nervousness. Um, was it difficult for you to sing other language songs? Nice question, Roshni. Um, when we hear the pronunciation is so perfect, but will it be difficult for you as it is difficult to bring in the feel without knowing the meaning? No. So what I do is every time I record a song, I make it a point to understand Black Magic. I make it a point to understand the theme of the song. So that is really important. It's very important to know what the song is about. If, I mean, if you're singing a love song, you need to know you're singing a love song. You can't be all grungy in it, and I mean, like, again, that can be situational. That there's a grunge love song. Yeah, I could totally see that happening. Um, yeah, but no, that's my imagination again. But yeah, I mean, you do need to understand. Like, if it's a kutta song, I mean, I can't sing that like a love song, right? So it's very important to understand that. But for us, I think, at least for me, a lot of times, just the tune, just the melody, kind of gives a lot of things away. In terms of what kind of a mood the song is about. And other than that, I, I think I've started understanding a lot of lyrics, at least when it comes to Tamil. I've started picking up a lot of words. So a lot of times you just read a few words and you understand that, acha, okay, kan and, and kadal and all of those words. And they come up and you kind of realize that, acha, I think this is about love. um, which book your all-time favorite? I love Khaled Hosseini. I adore his writing, and The Mountains Echoed and A Thousand Splendid Suns. Both of these books are just, I mean, to die for. You are. Do I have siblings? I do. I have. Uh, so I have two younger brothers and a younger sister. So yeah, I do have siblings. um, and my older brother is an accountant. The younger one is into HR, and my sister is back to school now. um, which one of your songs took the longest time to record in the studio? I've answered this a lot of times. Nane Vargidin took a lot of time. It took about 7 hours. And I generally take about an hour and a half to record a song, sometimes two. Best compliment you received? It'll have to be what Rahman sir said. He said my voice sounded like a musical instrument. That'll have to be. Afterwards, when I realized he was referring to the duduk, that'll have to be the best compliment. Other than that, I get compliments for my smile. I don't like anything about my face, though, guys. But yeah, my hair sometimes. Yeah, it's very random. Which book do I recommend to my fans? I would say read Khalid Hosseini for sure. Elif Shafak, must read her. If you haven't already read, this one's really popular now. The 40 Rules of Love. I read it some 6 years ago, I think, and what a phenomenal book. I reread it thrice, and I generally don't do that. There's very few books that I reread, and that'll have to be one of them. So any day, Elif Shafak and Khalid Hosseini. Um, how did I learn 13 languages? Any idea how to learn easily? So no, I don't. I haven't learned 13 languages. I've sung in 13 languages, and I don't know most of them. I don't know 80% of them, of those languages. I do listen to the pronunciation when I'm singing a song, and I make a note of it, and um, enough for me to understand how to pronounce the nuances of specific letters, which are um, um, what's that word? Which are particular only to that language. There we go. So yeah, any plans for acting in movies? I don't know. It really depends on the storyline. Really depends on the script. I am doing theater. I love doing theater. And movies, if I get the right role, why not? Right? Artistic expression, so important. How did Romancer find you? I think I've already written. I've already responded to that. What is more important, lyrics or music? Um, I think they both have. You know what? I think that depends on what the listener is kind of leans towards. So for me, I was taught never to pay attention to lyrics when I was growing up. So when I was practicing to Rafi Saab and Lataji's songs, my parents would always tell me that, hey, don't pay attention to the lyrics, pay attention to the melody. So for me, that kind of became a habit. And for me, a great song is a song with a great melody, with a great melody. Till a really long time, that's kind of how I perceived great music. But I think with maturity and with being here in the industry for a while now, I've started paying a lot of attention to lyrics and what a song means, because I feel they're so critical. I think as a playback singer, I kind of realized that lyrics are equally important, because there's certain words that just open the sonics, the sonic value of words that kind of retain the flow of a melody, or enhance the flow of a melody, or complement the flow of a melody. I think that is very important, and lyrics kind of do that. And which is why there's a lot of respect to lyricists who write songs like, Tum Hi Ho, or who write songs um, like Saibo, and there's so much respect to them, because you hear it with the flow of the melody, and it's like, oh my gosh, how? So yeah, upbeat songs or soft melodies, which do you prefer? I like both. Like, really depends on my mood. I think I like listening to a lot of soft music, but I love dancing to, of course, upbeat music. So when I want to exercise and stuff, I never put soft music on. I have to put on all those. Okay. What was okay? Okay, guys. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question now. In the comment section, I want to know, what's the first thing you're gonna do when you're out of quarantine? First thing you're gonna do when you're out of quarantine. Type it out. I'm gonna read out your responses. And don't copy and paste questions, guys. Don't do that. I'm not gonna read it. And I'm not gonna respond. You're gonna meet your husband. Oh, Roshni. You're not with your husband? What is important to you other than pizza? Other than pizza, dessert. And coffee. Oh my god, I cannot live without coffee. I'm a total coffeeholic. Play football, GB. Oh, what team do you like? You'll go to the mosque spiritual intervention. Wow. Oh. I'm glad you're not going right now, though, because I mean, it's so important. A lot of people are not taking this seriously, but please don't go to the temple. Please don't go to the mosque. No social circuits anywhere, and I respect that you're holding back on that. You'll go and hug your boy. Oh my gosh, are you not with your son right now? Meet your wife. Ah, that is just Why are you guys not with your partners right now? Please tell me. You're gonna get eyebrows done? Yeah, Deepika, I'm probably gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that too. Eyebrows and a lot of other things. Guru Varan's also a coffee addict. Very cool. Join Banaras Karana. Very dope. You'll run out of your home. I'm gonna do that too, Raj. So I'll run to the waxing lady's place. um, you miss him. Oh, Sundar. Soon. This too shall pass. If you had given, you'll go and hug your. Okay, I've read that. Free fire game. Go and buy a computer mouse. Venkatesh. Travel to hometown. Shiva been here and there. Shiva. Okay. Yeah. I need to get a computer mouse myself. But I'm just too lazy. Nice dinner. I feel you, Shajin Joe. Meet your friends. Probably cut your hair. That's hilarious. Meet your friends after a long time. Life is boring with that. I know, Raj. I know. I need to go meet my friends too. Tamar song like Nani Bargarin. I don't know, Abhinesh. Really depends on composers. First thing got stuck with mom and dad since lockdown. Come on, you can never be stuck with your parents. Come on. They're here right now. You're so lucky to have parents. I mean, the grass is always greener on the other side, I guess, in a lot of ways, but I'm missing my parents like anything, and I wish I could like catch the first flight out and be with them right now, because this is the time I could have actually spent time with them. But KLM canceled my flight. I mean, of course, I understand why, and all international and domestic flights were canceled by the time the lockdown was announced, and now I regret not having gone back earlier, even though it wasn't in my control, but yeah, I could have been with them. And the thing is that they're not going to be there for too long. Like, they're not always going to be there, so it's so important to value them while they are, you know? If I were not a singer, then what would you be doing now? I would definitely not be flying planes, that's for sure, even though I wanted to be a pilot when I was younger. But I would have been fighting for your lives today, because I would have been a neurosurgeon, because that's what I was studying to become. When are you planning to become a music director? I'm not planning to become a music director. I'm already writing my own songs. So I am a singer-songwriter, and you'll see a lot of my songs on my YouTube channel here. Please do check it out. It's youtube.com/Shashaa Tirupati. You're on my channel right now. Please do subscribe. And you can go through all my original compositions. There's Year in Dava, which is a duet with Chinmay. I've written that song. Written the melody of the song. Then there's Beparwahi, there's Ocean's Rain for people who love English music. There's String of Air, which is my first independent song. Again, songs that I've written. So please check them out. Hi, Zabir Ullah. Navaneet Jija, join KM. Very cool. Muhammad Adam, I'm glad you're spending quality time with your family. I'm going to watch JFW only for you. Yeah, I did get the JFW award. Happy. Is composing easier just singing? I think if you feel something, nothing's difficult. I mean, but I think both of these things do have a component of divine intervention. I think some of these things just come to you from above, and I really believe in that. So, you can't really train to become a composer, I feel. I mean, I think a lot of it, probably the technique and successfully or effectively putting out a melody or presenting a melody. But I don't think that these are things that can be taught to you. I feel a lot of this is intrinsic, and a lot of it is God's grace. All right, you're more likely to sing Western or Indian style. I sing both. You'll go to school, Nirali sing. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you saw my Insta live. Why did I want to be a neurosurgeon? I think because I think it was mostly because I wanted to take up the challenge because it's a very difficult um, stream to pursue and stream of medicine to pursue, and I think it was a challenge that had me going. But other than that, my mother has had a lot of neurological problems, and seeing her deal with that, I think that was one of the reasons why I wanted to be um, a neurosurgeon. Nasreen Banu, thank you. You're very sweet. All right, guys. So I will take your leave now. Any reason behind the name Sasha Sublime? I was young and stupid. That's the reason behind Sasha Sublime. Um, I just thought it sounded nice when you said it. Sasha Sublime. It just sounds nice, you know. It feels nice to the tongue. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this. Um, okay, you're welcome. Do I watch football too? I used to, not anymore though. I've been out of touch for so long. I feel you are still to reach the pinnacle of glory in singing. Is it due to multitasking and multi-talented that is making your resources shared? Oh, Sarathi, I like that question. Um, you know what? I think there is no limit um, to wants and desires, and if you want to put like a mark to what it is to be the most successful, I don't think there's a limit to that. And um, there was a time when people used to ask me that, you know, you've got it all. You're earning and you're independent and you've got the national award and you've won, you know, all the awards that I've won, and you're working with some of the best names in the industry. But the thing is that there's no for me, I wanted one song with Rahman sir, and I told God that if you give me just one song, and this is like me um kind of, you know, telling God that, you know, if you give me one song, then um I'll be grateful to you for life, because for me that one song was beyond something that I could imagine, or beyond something that I could have um, you know, wanted, and not knowing if I'll get it or not. But then after the first song, it's like, oh my God, I want to sing more for Rahman sir, you know. And that's the thing, there's no limit. And similarly, when it comes to success, I think I don't want to sit on my deathbed and think that, yeah, gosh, I wish I had done this, or I wish I released that song that I composed, or I wish I put out my production to the world, and you know, I don't want to die with that regret. I don't want to die with the regret that, hey, I should have done theater, man. I think I had it in me. You know, I don't want to die with that grief, or that sense of resentment, or that sense of not being a complete artist that I enjoy being. And a lot of the things that I do, um, musically or artistically, like be it writing my own lyrics, or be it producing my own songs, or be it composing my own songs, or singing my own songs, or even like vocal arrangements and stuff. I do it because I like doing it. I do it because my heart is there, and I do it with a lot of loyalty. So I don't think there's any such thing as, number one, a pinnacle of glory. I think that's just a perception of the mind that we've created in our heads. And other than that, I feel, do what your heart says, guys. I mean, I've always believed, I mean, I have maintained a balance. Like, I made sure that I was academically strong, and at the same time, I was pursuing my passion. But having said that, I did always give a little bit more importance to my heart. And it did lead to heartbreak, but at the same time, it's made me who I am today, and I have no regrets for where my heart's brought me. I mean, I have all of you guys, and that is because I followed my heart. If for that matter, even if I have the national award, it's because I followed my heart to pursue music professionally, rather than finishing off with medicine, or whatever I was doing there back home. So I think follow your heart, and your heart's not gonna, and whatever disadvantages that would bring, I think it just makes you stronger at the same time. It's just that you need to have the willpower, um, if you decide to listen to your heart, to deal with anything that it throws your way, right? Even if it's the bad stuff, even if it's the depressing stuff, you have to embrace it and you have to move on. So no, multitasking, do it. If it makes you happy, if it makes you productive, if you think you're using your time in a way that's fulfilling your emotions. I think you should totally do it. Um, all right. As a North Indian, where should I start your classical vocal career? South or North India? Um, I think it can be anywhere. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're North Indian or South Indian. I would follow my heart here. If you feel, see, I mean, I think all of training really depends on interest, I think. For me, at least. I mean, I can only speak on my behalf. And for me, my musical training was all about what interested me. My brother, my parents would force him, I would beat the hell out of him to go and sit down and practice the tabla, which he was learning when he was a kid. But he didn't do it, he didn't pursue it, and he never ended up pursuing music at all because he just he just never happened to inculcate that kind of interest and that kind of passion, um, which is kind of what I had when I was singing. So I think whatever interests you, listen to both, see what you vibe more with, see what intrigues you more, and pursue that. If it's North Indian, do Hindustani. If it's South Indian, do Carnatic. They're both beautiful. Um, Hi, Surian. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Um, okay. Have you any where you felt that you should not have chosen music as a career? No. No. Even when I was on the road, I didn't feel that way. I think it's, uh, I think you need to be so in love with your passion or with your hobby. I think love is so important. I think that's crucial. If you're not in love, I don't know what else there is in life. And that's what I had. That was my relationship with music. So no, I don't regret anything. Um, Tell us about your struggling period. Last question, guys. I'm gonna respond to this and then I'm gonna call it a night because I've been here for 1 hour. Oh my god. Tell us about your struggling period. Have you ever felt at some point that you might not make it in the industry? Oh, all the time. So when I started off, like I said, I sang for some 25 flop films. Nothing was working. I would go and sing for composers. They would end up replacing my voice so many times. It's not even funny. Um, and I did this for like what 1, 2, 3, 4, for 6 years. So 6 years. But the thing is that I was consistent. I was like, you know what? It's okay. I asked my parents for 1 year when I left Canada, and it took 6 years for me to get my first break. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And um, in the meantime, I would sing a lot of ads and jingles and make my money there. So that, that wasn't a cause of um, um, concern for me. I wasn't thinking on the financial part, about the financial part of things that, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills? Um, but other than that, yeah, musically, there was always this thing that, it's not happening, it's not happening, it's not happening, I'm not getting my big break, and why are all these films flopping? Why are they not promoting great songs? That kind of thing. Um, so yeah, it did occur to me, and it was very damaging and very hurtful. But again, I think the love, that's where your love for what you're doing comes into the picture, and it just made everything worthwhile. Okay, no problem, Raj. Nasreen Banu, I don't know what Nasreen Banu's asked, so sorry for asking again. Do you remember Mujibur Rahman, whom you met in A.R. Rahman concert? If I see a photo, I'll remember him. Okay, guys, I will call this a night. Thank you so much for coming here. Um, GB, so funny. Yes, I will go and sanitize my hands because I just interacted with so many of you guys virtually. Thank you for tuning in, you guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you, Deepika. And I will see you guys soon with another live. Thank you so much for understanding and not asking me to sing too many songs because today was all about the conversation. I'm glad you guys tuned in, and let's talk some more next time, and I'll sing a little bit more too. Follow me on Instagram, Sasha Sublime. Also follow me on not on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'm coming out with some very interesting stuff very soon. Tuesdays, follow me for Tuesday videos. I've been doing a lot of Tamar songs there, so you can check that out. And thank you. You guys are so sweet. And good night. Stay home, stay safe, and we got this. Just a few more days, guys.